Hello subs, today I'm going to be delving into the Bronze Age. I'm going to be doing it in the most realistic way possible. I'm going to start with raw malachite, which is around 57% copper, I think. Now this is the raw malachite. It looks a lot like a really old shower unit. So what I'm going to do is separate the copper from this and take it from there. Now I know these screws aren't copper at all, they're magnetic, so that needs to be separated from the mix as soon as possible. Yeah, magnetic. I'm using simple Bronze Age tools. They look like pliers, but it's actually a rock. And I'm smashing the malachite into very fine pieces before the initial smelting. Now that's good copper there, but it's got a little bit of zinc in it, I think, but we won't use that today, not in this, because I want to keep this proper. Long strands of malachite. I'll keep them safe. More dross, don't know what that is. As well as copper ore, this has got a little bit of silver in it as well. You don't get much of that, but there's a little tiny piece you can see there. Not pure silver, of course. And then again, remove what we can with the magnet. Not magnetic, but not pure copper, so I can't be using that. No, that is a good amount of copper. Now, as I say, malachite is quite rich in copper, so not going to need too much to actually make this axe. I'll just do a little file test. As you can see, that's coming up nice. Now this little nodule has got a hard outer casing, but it melts easy and sprays hot molten whatever it is all over the place. The inside should be pure malachite though. If I can get in there. It's a real bitch to get. And there it is, in its purest state. I can simply use my flint scraper there to remove the impurities. So let's see how much we got. Now that's not pure malachite, so I won't be using that today. But these little bits, they'll grind down nicely. And that's the impure malachite. I won't be using that either. I'll save that for a later project. But that's the pure stuff. We know that's pure copper. Not a lot of it, but I've got loads of others. So what I've got here is a bag of clay that I dug out of a riverbank. I've already removed the twigs, but it's gone a bit hard. I should have put it in a hessium sack with some water, but I should be able to do something with it. There, we're just going to make the basic shape first. And there you go, a basic shape. Now, just to improve it somewhat, because your very early axes, they were just flat lumps of metal in an axe sort of shape. But these ones have got little wings on them to stop the wood from slipping off. And I'm using a flint scraper here that I napped earlier, just to take away the unwanted material. And it's surprisingly effective at what it does. And that's pretty well as much as I can do, so I shall leave it to dry in the sunshine there. And now it's dried, I'll use my flint scraper again, just to take off some of the excess material, because it's a lot easier to work with now it's dried. I've got some Neolithic sandpaper. You can tell it's Neolithic because it's yellow. The more modern stuff is green. And there you go, one clay axe ready to be cast. Now what I'm going to do to stop that sticking to the sand, I'm going to cover that in beeswax. So I've got a pot of melted beeswax there. And I'm just going to rub it in all over, because the damp sand will make it damp. And very strangely, it turns black, then goes clear. Some chemical reaction that I was quite surprised with. Well, it looks like quite a dull day, but there is quite a bit of sunshine, but the sky's just coming out white. Don't know why. A little bit of wind, a bit gusty. So what we're going to do now is cast it in the traditional way. So I have a traditional Bronze Age casting box here. Using the top first just to hold the axe head. And I use my wooden spoon there just to carve it out. It only has to be rough because this is the top layer which we'll be redoing. This is just to hold the axe in place. Now what I have forgotten to do is add some powder, which is basically crumpled up rock. I'm putting a little bit on there, but I'm not putting it on the sand, and that's a mistake, because this sand is a little bit damp, a little bit too damp I should say. It's meant to be a little bit damp. And it's stuck. And you can see it's made quite a mess, but it is repairable. This bit was the top, we don't need that. So I'm using a tapered stick for the sprue and a fatter stick for the spinner at the end there. Hopefully that will catch all the loose sand. I'm thinking there. That's why I paused. I was thinking, you haven't put any powdered rock on that to stop it sticking. So I think it's pretty well going to stick. And it has. And it's made a complete and utter mess. But never mind, I can reuse the bottom bit. And I'll just have to make a new top. There we go, plenty of powdered rock. That'll stop it sticking. That worked better. Now to weigh out the malachite and some tin. And I went down to Cornwall previously. I extracted the ore for the tin. And this is the malachite. It sort of looks like copper wire. That's just an aberration of the camera. I've weighed out the correct amount, and now all I need is a bit of tin. Now that looked a bit like aluminium, but I can assure you it's tin, even though it's very much a piece of aluminium that I cast earlier. And this is a traditional mud forged. It's going to be powered by charcoal, and I shall be manning the bellows, and if I give the bellows a good pump, there we go, it comes out quite fierce. So it's all completely traditional so far, nothing modern, no shortcuts. And time for a cover. And that's a cup of pine needle infusion, because tea hadn't been invented then. Just checking. Not ready yet. I'm just separating the dross and Looks like I put the right amount of malachite in, because I've got a nice amount of liquid in there. Now what happened there is it looked like it had filled up, then all of a sudden it just went down. And I thought, well, if it's gone in two pieces like that, it's not going to do very well. So I shall pour the rest out into this stone mould, and I can always remelt it. I'm surprised that this side looks quite good. I use this stick to pull it out because it's too hot for my bare fingers. I reckon that looks pretty good. Just cool that down in the pond. So this is my casted axe, and I shall rub it against this rock. This is quite an abrasive rock, and just take off all those, all the unwanted metal that's leaked out. There you go, it's on the way. This is taking many hours of work rubbing it against the stone. I managed to get quite a sharp edge on it too. Now copper, or bronze as it is now, is very hard work to get and very rare. So I shall sweep up every little bit of that. I've got some very fine Bronze Age sandpaper there, so I really would like to polish this up. So it's basically just a lump of mud with some fine sand in it. I don't know what to call that. Neolithic polisher? That'll do. And there you go, one fully authentic Bronze Age axe head. I think I've done quite well. And I don't know what the fuss is about. It didn't take that long at all, really. Now I saw this on the internet, on YouTube, and it's a Bronze Age artifact by the, and it's found by a friend of the Scottish detectorist, I think, or it was found by him, and I thought that's absolutely marvellous. It's a good channel as well if you're not a viewer. I subscribed quite a while ago, so I shall make a pretty exact copy out of this spare clay which I pulled out of the riverbank, and I shall have a go at casting that myself. I should do that in the traditional way, same as the axe head. Well, that's what I got. Hasn't got the horns on, but I think that looks pretty well crap. Absolutely crap. I couldn't do modelling in school, and I don't know why I even bothered attempting now. Anyway, I'm sure I'll think of something else. Thanks for watching.